Good morning. I'm Haley Canoyer.
And I'm Julia Mago. Welcome to another episode of KTV.
Every year, the month of March is designated to Women's History. It takes place every year to celebrate women's contributions to society and women's rights, to inspire people to act in the ongoing fight for gender equality, and to inspire support for organizations.
In 1980, many women's groups successfully pushed for national recognition. In February of 1980, the President issued for the first presidential proclamation declaring the week of March 8th as National Women's History Week, which has grown into Women's History Month. This past week, students from both cohorts returned to the school 5 days a week. Let's talk to Sophia about how teachers and students prepared for the transition.
On Monday, March 22nd, all Killingly Public School students in grades 2 through 12 transitioned from the hybrid model to full in-school learning. KMS, KIS, and KHS will have full days of school on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday will be an early release day to facilitate instructions for remote learners. We talked with KHS students about their feelings returning to school.
I feel really good about it. I think it's going to take a lot of stress out of people's lives, and it's really going to cut back on late work.
I feel nervous because there's going to be a lot of people in the school, but I think it'll be beneficial.
Many students feel the transition to in-person 5 days a week will be beneficial for their learning.
It'll definitely help out the students who can't do online schooling. They can't do their work on time. The work's not in front of them to be able to physically do it. Teachers aren't there to help them. They can't focus.
Definitely talking to the teachers more often. I feel like communicating through email is a little difficult, trying to explain some assignments, and then social interactions between the students as well.
Sleeping in and being in the comfort of their own home is something that will be missed by many of the students.
The ability to not wake up at 6:30 in the morning. You wake up at 8 o'clock, you roll over, turn on your iPad, and you're in class.
Probably just the extra couple minutes to sleep in.
Sleeping in, without a doubt.
Hybrid learning presented difficult challenges to the students.
I know personally, I did terrible at the beginning.
Not being in class to actually ask your teachers questions and have the work right in front of you.
Career Center Coordinator Mrs. Grant expresses her eagerness for all students to return into the building.
I can't wait to see everybody and have the energy back in this building that comes when the kids are here. When everybody's here and the hallways are full at passing and the cafeteria is full, while that's what makes me anxious and a little bit scared, it's also something that makes this building come alive.
Killingly Public Schools are excited to welcome all students back to a safe learning environment. For KTV, I'm Sophia Moore.
Thanks, Sophia.
With the short 3 months till graduation, Nevaeh introduces us to the top 10 students of this year's seniors class.
With the end of the school year coming and graduation day for seniors just around the corner, the top 10 students of the class of 2021 have just been announced. These students are going to graduate at the top of their class and have worked very hard to be able to achieve this. We talked to valedictorian Julia Purcell and salutatorian Abby Card to see how they feel about the honor.
It feels pretty good. I'm really proud of all my other classmates that are in the top 10 as well because they definitely earned it.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I've always taken pride in my schoolwork. I was surprised to be second though because this is a pretty competitive class. There's a lot of smart kids, but yeah, it feels pretty good.
I've always valued trying my best on assignments and making sure I understand material, and I've always found a lot of joy from being in school and learning new things.
Mostly just personal goals. I've always held myself to some pretty high standards. I enjoy school. I enjoy getting good grades. So really just pushing myself to be the best version of myself that I can.
Overall, the top 10 students of the class of 2021 should feel very proud that they have achieved this high honor and will graduate being the best in their class. From KTV, I'm Nevaeh Lyon.
Congrats, guys.
Today's COVID capacity limits will be lifted in restaurants and other places of business. Let's go to Tom and Cooper to get more details.
On March 19th, capacity restrictions were lifted for restaurants and other places of business. Ocean State Job Lot store manager Scott Pluff expressed his feelings on the transition to lesser restrictions.
It's been a year or so. At some point, I guess we've got to get back to normal, or at least try to. Keeping everyone separated a little bit, 6 feet. I'd like to still try to see if we can maintain that footing for everyone in the store. I think everybody's pretty got that mindset as if we're ready to get back to normal. And I think if we continue to wear the masks and keep our distance from everyone, we should be a little bit safer.
Zips Diner owner Kevin Cole talks about how the lifting of restrictions will help restaurants and other local businesses.
Safety of the customers and of the staff, of course. You're going to have more people attempting to get into the businesses, which ultimately is a good thing. But you've got to keep in mind that we still need to do it with the social distancing guidelines that are in place. Probably the most difficult aspect of our jobs over the course of the past year has been exactly that. It is implementing and enforcing those rules. You need to be firm with customers because they have a tendency to gather, and so that is very difficult. But everything here is partitioned. They're eager and excited like they haven't been in years to actually get out and mix it up with the public and just be out and about again. And it's been very refreshing after the long 12 months we've just gone through.
With capacity restrictions being lifted, many local businesses are looking forward to welcoming back guests. For KTV, I'm Thomas Martell.
Thanks, Tom and Cooper.
Viren and David covered some highlights from the boys' last basketball game of the season.
Tuesday night, the Killingly boys basketball team faced Plainfield in hopes of advancing to the ECC finals game.
Yanni Barbo started the game with an assist from JG on an inbound. Plainfield responded in the opening possession with the free throw leg jumper from Elijah Brady.
Jalen Arriaga would then dribble by 2 defenders for a short-range jumper to put Plainfield up 4-2. Driving down the court, Jay Grushevitz had a nice finish over a few opponents to tie it all up.
It was a low-scoring quarter as Jay Grushevitz laid it in once again for the last score for Killingly in the first quarter. The second quarter would be mainly dominated by Killingly as they outscored Plainfield 9-2 in the quarter, which started off on a nice lay by senior Cole Levine.
Yanni Barabo would then put on the moves to drive to the hoop and lay it in for an and one. Later in the quarter, Sam Doranto drove to the hoop for a nice finish before Jay Grushevitz hit 2 free throws, sending them up 19-14 into the half.
Plainfield opened up the second half strong with a steal and finish by JJ Arriaga and then mid-range jumper by Elijah Brady. Killingly then responded with their big men, which started off from the dish from Jay Grushevitz to Cole Levine for the easy lay.
Senior RJ Feria then added to the score with a close jumper followed by a jump hook by Justin Baker. Jay Grushevitz also then drove to the hoop for a lay to put Killingly up by 3. Tyler Nordstrom hit a 3-ball to tie it up before the buzzer in the third.
In the fourth, Tyler Nordstrom picked it up right where he left off with another deep 3 to put them up 32-29 at the start of the fourth. After a timeout and a nice inbound play, Jay Grushevitz found junior J.R. Simmons at the top of the key for a 3-ball of their own to tie it all up.
Cole Levine then added to his stats with a nice feed to senior Sam Doranto on a cut to the hoop for a nice lay. Late in the game with Plainfield up 3, Jay Grushevitz gives Elijah Brady a low stutter step, then hits a deep 3 to tie it up and send it to overtime.
Overtime was scoreless for the first 2.5 minutes until a technical foul was called, which gave Plainfield 2 free throws and the ball back.
To cap it off, Tyler Nordstrom hit another 3 in the corner to put Plainfield up 5 with under 2 minutes to go.
The rest of the game was followed by intentional fouls, which caused Plainfield to win 50-42.
Thank you to all the seniors for your commitment to the program, and congrats to all on a great season. Keep an eye out for the girls' ECC Championship game highlights.
Good game, boys.
Bo and Jacob showcased KTV's own Cooper Morissette impressive sports resume.
My name is Cooper Morissette. I go to Killingly High School. I have won 4 state championships. I've won 1 in football, 2 in wrestling, and 1 in golf. I just love playing with my friends every day. That bond's pretty special. We have the time of our lives every year, and just being able to compete at a high level that we do every year enjoys me. I'm a competitive person and I love to win, so the team's been great. I was a captain of the wrestling team my junior season when I hit 100 wins. One of my best friends came from wrestling. We started freshman year together, and ever since then we do everything together. It's a little looser than football, not as strict. There's a smaller team, but we get to have our fun, but at the end of the day, we're still very competitive and very talented. And we have a lot of very talented freshmen coming in this year, and it would have been great. I think we would have won the state championship once again. I'm kind of sad that we missed out, but looking back, we still have 2 state championships, which is quite amazing. Golf's pretty competitive every match. You gotta go and play and beat your matchup every time so we can get the overall win. Mark Hu, our coach, he makes sure we're competing at the highest levels we can. It's actually pretty stressful when you're going out there. You gotta focus on yourself and only you can do better. It's not an easy sport, so this one's a little more stressful. Besides the COVID missing out on football this year and wrestling, I'm pretty proud of what I've been able to accomplish. Killing High has given me plenty of opportunities to improve myself, just giving me a lot of opportunities that if I went to another school I wouldn't be able to have.
Congratulations, Cooper.
We'll hear from Olivia after this short commercial break.
Spring is on its way and Killingly is blooming. Let's get outside with Seth and Isaiah.
At number 5, we have Cat Hollow Park. Relaxing park where you can sit and relax and watch the waterfall. At number 4, we have Davis Park. Davis Park is more of a memorial area where you can hang out, sit down, and relax and have picnics. Ranked number 3, we have Ross Park is a place where you can walk your dog and enjoy nature around you. At rank number 2, we have Mashamock State Park that is surrounded by complete woods. Owen Belt is our number 1 because there is so much to do there. There's a skate park, basketball court, tennis courts, playing fields, volleyball courts, and hiking trails. That is our top 5 local parks, so get outside and enjoy the spring weather.
Thanks, guys. Do you have a sweet tooth? Let's hear from Liv, who checked out the new bakery in town.
Do you have a sweet tooth? If so, you should check out Sugar's Bakery, the new bakery in Danielson. We got an inside look with co-owner and head baker Amy Dispatti on her new business.
We are Sugar's Bakery, and we sell gourmet pastries, cupcakes, custom cakes, breakfast items, stuffed breads, and anything that your sweet tooth could have a craving for.
Amy informed us she has always dreamed of opening her own bakery and spoke about where she learned how to bake.
Well, I've been doing it for about 25 years, and it just outgrew my house, and I was lucky enough to have a business partner that wanted to go in on a actual brick and mortar building with me. I actually went to high school for it, so I did 3 years in a baking and pastry culinary program.
Amy knew Killingly needed a bakery, and she was more than willing to step up to the challenge to make treats for our community.
I am from this area. I've lived in Killingly for the past 20 years, and this location just needs a bakery, and this spot was available and looked really good, so we made it work.
So far, the business is doing great, and customers have loved the sweet treats made by Amy and her team.
We basically just promote on Facebook and then word of mouth through happy customers and friends and customers that have been long-time clients of mine. We've had lines out the door just about every single day, just about all day.
If you're interested in picking up a delicious dessert, Sugar's Bakery is open every day. You can also check out their Facebook for more info. If you're looking for a sweet treat to eat, come stop by Sugar's Bakery on Route 12 in Danielson. For KTV, I'm Olivia Lamoureux.
Looks amazing, Liv. Now here's Maddie with the weather.
Thanks, Olivia. Let's start off with the local weather for today. It is currently 66 degrees with a 70% chance of rain, and we will have wind coming in from the northwest at 15 miles per hour. For the week, we have temperatures ranging from 47 to 64 degrees. There will be a chance of rain on Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. The rest of the week will be sunny with cooler temperatures. Have a great weekend, everyone. Back to you, Olivia.
Thanks, Maddie, for the weather update. Now back to Haley and Julia.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of KTV. Bye!